Hey everyone, we're back on to the next part of this video as we're going through the STAAR test. So let's jump right into it. Go ahead and watch the other parts as we went through the how to break down the STAAR formula sheet as well as other strategies. So on to number 10. Monica wants to open a savings account with a deposit of $3,000. She will not make any additional deposits or withdrawals after she opens the account. Her bank offers two different savings accounts. Account X pays simple annual interest, so we know simple annual interest. Account X pays 2.4 interest compounded annually. So those are the two formulas we're going to use. It says which statement about these accounts at the end of 5 years is true. So we have 5 years, we have a deposit of $3,000, and we have our different percents here and here. Okay, so let's go ahead and write everything down that we need. We know for simple interest, they're all saying they will earn more interest. So ultimately, we need to find what is I for both of these accounts. So we know we need I equals PRT. We also need I equals amount minus principal. So this is for simple interest. This is for compound. But we also need A, which is equal to P. This is number one. This is on your formula sheet, R raised to the T power. Okay. Then we're going to write down all the stuff that's important. So when we see deposit, we think that's my principal, my starting money. My interest rate, my R are my percents there, and 5 years is my T for both. Okay. So if I set up these formulas respectively, the interest earned is going to be 3,000 times 2.1% and times 5. So we'll get our interest earned there. On the next one, okay, then we have A is equal to 3,000. That's a 3,000. Okay, 1 plus 2.4%. And that's raised to the fifth power. Okay, so we're going to get all of that in our calculator and we should be able to get our results. So let's go ahead and look it up. First one, I is going to be 3,000 times 0.021. I converted into decimal times 5. Interest earned here is $315. Okay. On the next one, A, we're going to do A is 3,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.24%. Okay, raised to the fifth power. And my total number, this is my amount, is 3,777. Oh, 377, sorry. Okay, and we need to subtract that from our principal. So minus 3,000 gives me $377. Okay, so minus 3,000 is equal to 377. That's I. Okay, so we have I here, 377.7, and we have I, which is 315. So if we see how much more, this is account Y, and this is account X. So now let's see what the difference is. So 377.7 minus 315, and that's equal to $62.70. So this one is more by 62.7. So account Y has $62 more than account X. So account Y earns $62 more than account X. On this type of question, I wouldn't even try to weed through the foolishness. I would just kind of just solve this one through. Okay, this is one of your harder questions. This is one that I would recommend if you had to save time, skip it and come back to it. Okay, so the formulas are your formula sheet, so you should be okay there. All right, so on to the next one. Number 11. It says the graph of the linear function is shown on a coordinate grid. What is the y-intercept of the graph of this function? Okay, so it's not quite, we would say it's 1 because it looks like it's right above 1, but clearly based on our answer choice, it's not 1. We know that it's above 1, right? So we're going to cross out anything that's not above 1 just to rule it out. So 4/5 is less than 1. We're just going to get that out the way. And now we're looking for the y-intercept. And we know the y-intercept is b. We know the equation is y equals mx plus b. But we know we also need to find m, because if they're giving us these 2 points, they want us to find m, which is the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 formula. However, we can also do it like this. So if this is x and this is y, we would say 4, 8, and then we have -5, -7. Okay, I didn't do this in order, but it's okay, it doesn't matter. It's still going to work out to be positive because we can see this is a positive rate of change. Well, this is -15 because 8 to -7 is that, and this is -9. Okay, so my m, my rise over run, is going to be equal to -15 over -9. That becomes a positive because negative divided by a negative is a positive, and this reduces to 5/3. That's m. So if we saw this over here, I found my answer. But remember, that's m, so we know we can't use that. But now that we know that that's m, we can use one of these points up here and solve our formula. So here's one that they don't put in their formula sheet. If y equals mx plus b, b is equal to y minus mx. Okay? So we're going to replace y and x with the values here, these positive ones because they're not negative. So b is equal to 8 minus 5/3 times 4. Okay, so if you put that in your calculator, because you're going to be using a calculator, that will be, I could work this out by pencil or by pen, but what I want you to see is how this works out. So we have 8 minus 5/3, and we're going to do parentheses times 4, because that's exactly how I wrote it on here. We're going to push enter. Let's put a decimal here. Nope, I don't want a decimal, I want a fraction. And my answer is 4/3. Okay, if you want to see the work on that, that would be 24/3 is minus 20/3, because 4 times 5 is 20. So what's left over is b is equal to 4/3. Okay, so our answer is that. Okay, this is another one of those that we just have to work out. Okay, let's go to another one. So once again, this is another one. If it doesn't seem easy, you would kind of skip through and go find one that's a little bit easier. So let's take a look at number 12 so you see what I mean. A circle is graphed on coordinate grid with its center at -4, 7. The circle will be translated. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Translated to the right and down. Okay, which rule shows right and down? So it's been a while that you probably used translations, but if we're at -4 and it says p units to the right, right is positive. So this is where I would draw this picture like this: plus, minus, plus, minus. So that means plus p, and down is minus v. Okay, so now that I have that, we're taking the original points, which are 4, -4, 7, and then they become, because we don't know what p and v are, that's going to be -4 plus, because it says to the right, plus 7, 7, and we don't know how many units down, so minus v. And then we just go find that. Oops, this is supposed to be p. Sorry. Okay, so now if I look at my answer choices, -4 plus p, there's 2 plus p's, but then v down is negative, so it can't be that one. So it looks like this is my answer choice here, so I'm going to circle it. We know that it's not minus p because minus p is to the left. Okay? This one is one where you kind of have to know the rule, but you could also use your number line. Number lines are helpful. And when in doubt on this type of question, I would draw a picture. Okay. But remember, translation are the only ones that do plus and minus. So plus is to the right, minus is to the left, plus is up, minus is down. Okay. Let's do one more, and then we'll go on to another. Well, I'll make another part. Okay. So number 13 says Rhonda's job is to drive a car for a company. Each month, she's paid the same salary. She's also paid extra money for the number of miles she drives in the car each month. Okay. In July, Rhonda drove 640 miles and was paid a total of $3,502. In August, Rhonda drove 820 miles and was paid a total of $3,601. Which function can be used to find Y, the total amount she is paid if she drives X miles? So, which function? Okay, if I look at this, it says that each month, she's paid the same salary. So we have a slope situation, but she's also paid extra money for the number of miles she drives each month. Okay, so the same salary is going to be the thing that she starts with, and she gets a bonus per month per mile. So basically, you make a table like so. And we know that because we have additional miles, that this is going to be a non-proportional situation. So we're going to go get rid of those. We're just going to do it because it's not proportional. Okay, because you're driving a different amount of miles each month. So you have 640, you have 820, okay, you have 3,502, and you have 3,601. So that is what, $99? Let's double check that. 3,601 minus 3,502. Yes, so it's $99. So this is 99, and over here from 640 to 820, just double check 820 minus 640, we get 180. Okay, so y over x would tell me 99 divided by 180. That's going to give me, let's write it over here, 99 divided by 180 is equal to 0.55. So that's my m, okay? So normally we would stop there because our answer choice would tell us what to do, but just to double check, if m is 55 cents, what is b? Okay, so that means we can take this equation and say that b is equal to 3502 minus 0.55 times 640, and then we can solve that and see what makes that true. So first we're going to do is do 55 times 640, push enter. That gives us 352, okay, and that's 3502. This is what's left over, okay, and then last part, we're going to solve it out. Last part, 3502, okay, minus 352, okay, and what's left over is 3150. So B equals 3150. Okay, so now that we have M and B, our equation should be Y equals decimal 55 X plus 3150. And that's how we would work that out. Okay? So practice makes better, not perfect. Keep working through these and be on the lookout for another part. But the whole thing is reading through these and seeing what they're asking for. If you can do that, I promise you will be successful. But as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate and be on the lookout for more content. Thanks. Bye-bye.